Evening. Ghosts all around me. This used to be my favorite holiday, and we didn't have any trick or treaters tonight, so it was kind of tough, And I sit here before you, and it makes me a little bit depressed. I'm not gonna lie. I normally I don't, really care much about anything, but in this case, I do. So we try to make the best of it. That's what we do. Yes. I you know, I remember growing up young and trying to, go out in the middle of the night, and it was to the point where mom and dad would be like, "Get your ass in the house now, it's late, it's dangerous out there, they're gonna get you, check your candy, blah blah blah." The good times where you tell mom and dad basically to fuck off. You're gonna stay out all night and party and get candy and money and shit and everything else, and it's like, whatever happened to those days? Now, I admit, probably towards the end of the 80s and the early 90s, they drove us around a little bit. They did. There was some driving. There was definitely some driving around. They'd rather do the cars and things like that. But it's changed a lot. It's gone from us walking around doing our own thing till we became old enough to walk on our own or run on our own, to not having, anything to do anything anymore. It's like everybody's afraid to go out. Moms and dads don't trust people because the fucking world has gotten so fucked up. I mean, I literally, I have not had one trick-or-treater. It's now, what, 9:05. I haven't seen one. Not one. And it upsets me a lot. It really does. We used to go out, and we'd stay out all night. Mom would start screaming for us, our moms, our dads, everybody. It was like, that's how it was. And we had, the candy, and we played tricks, and we had really cool people, that would decorate their houses and decorate their apartments to scare us at night and stuff, and tell us scary stories. And we'd even stop sometimes to watch a little TV in somebody's house. They'd have a funny thing going on, like Nightmare on Elm Street or Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The world was different. Sure, there was always crazy people and sick people out there, but it wasn't the same back then as it is today. There was a few. Now they're everywhere. You could go into people's houses and stuff and feel safe. You could get candy from people and not have to check it. It just wasn't that way back then. Even though they told us to, you really didn't have to. Never had a problem. We would go to people's houses that didn't want us to go to their house, that said that they didn't want us there on Halloween. We still fucking went. You do that today, you might get shot or stabbed. But back then, it was a different world. Somebody chased you down the block or whatever, and they left you alone. If somebody wanted to come pick a fight with you, there was no guns or knives, Some kids would push you around or whatever, steal your candy, give you a punch to the stomach or the face or whatever, and you get into a scuffle, and it would be over with. There would be none of this bullshit coming back the next day with a goddamn gun, or somebody coming to the school and shooting everybody up. This shit didn't happen back then, man. I don't know what the fuck's going on today, but I feel bad for these kids. These kids are home now with mom and dad watching garbage shit on garbage television, horrible Halloween episodes that are not even, the old school stuff. And, they have no idea what they're missing. It's just not like it used to be. And this was going to be a whole different show tonight. I wanted to play some video games, and I wanted to play my flashbacks that I just got in the mail, but I just didn't feel like it. So I wanted to go into some things. And normally I talk about the people that, the Sarkeesian effect and the people that are lying and stuff, but I really, really wanted to touch a lot of base, on tonight's, Halloween. And I see the changes, and the changes are not for the better. And I feel really, really bad for kids, that anybody who's under the age of 20 has no idea, what's going on. And it's really sad, and things have changed, and it's not going to get better, I don't think. I could also recall, going down the street, and we would be like, we would be walking down the street, and we go to these houses, and we knew what they were going to give. We knew every year it would always be the same, and we knew what houses were going to give really good treats, and ones that weren't. We knew people that were going to give us money. We always hit up those houses first, and sometimes we'd even go run back home and change into a second costume, and go back as another trick or treater to get more money and candy. They caught us a few times, but they still gave us the money and candy anyway because it was so far away, and they knew it, and they admired that we hustled. I didn't know any better back then. I had the UNICEF box. This is fucked up, but I'm just being honest, I'm not Patrick. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did a lot of fucked up shit. I had the UNICEF box, and I didn't know any better. So when I would get money in this big fucking box, in my pillowcase and everything, I was like, oh wow, I'm making all this money, and I come home and I empty out the box. My mother would be like, Rudy, that's supposed to be for the children that are starving, and I feel bad now because I'm older now and I understand. But back then, I made some nice cold hard cash there, come home with like 10, $20, on Halloween night, and you were rich when you came home with that kind of money, especially as a little kid. $20 was a lot of fucking money, and all that candy and shit, that candy adds up, especially if you go back twice. Yeah, we did all kinds of crazy stuff. And then we still did stuff that people did on Mischief Night. We still got the toilet paper and the shaving cream and the cotton balls and everything. We threw that shit on people's houses and stuff, and nobody fucking killed us. Nobody shot at us. Nobody stabbed us. We got chased for a couple of blocks. Nobody got in their car and came after us. There was a few crazy people, but there's really nothing crazy. What I used to do is I used to go a few days before Halloween, and I would go into God, I shouldn't be telling nobody this. I mean, it's such bad what I did, but who gives a fuck, right? In the apartment complex behind my house, and I got witnesses. What we would do is we'd go a few days before Halloween, and we would go up into the apartments, and they were very secure. And we'd go up into the apartments, and we'd wait until nobody was looking. There was no cameras, of course, but it was secure. You had to know the code to get in. My friend lived there, so we'd go in, and I'd take the Halloween strips, and I'd rip them to shreds and throw them down the compactor chute. I took people's pumpkins. I fucking took the pumpkins and threw them down in the fucking compactor chute, and heard them fucking get crushed and smell and everything. Then we saw notes saying, please stop throwing your garbage down there. It smells. I took people's pumpkins. I took their decorations and ripped them up into shreds and threw them right down the compactor chute, dude. I used to destroy everybody's shit, man. I fucking took pumpkins, Halloween strips, I took where they told you to take one piece of candy, I took like the whole fucking bag of fucking candy. I took everything. Like, they'd put a note out and say, please help yourself to one piece, and we fucking take our big pillowcases and dump the shit right into the pillowcase, the whole thing, and just take off. We got chased a couple of times, and but the pumpkins though was hilarious, and that was before Smashing Pumpkins came out, obviously. So when that group came out, it was kind of like a little bit of a relation. Yeah, exactly. Today you would get arrested. Back then it was laughed off. We did it, dude. We did it in the hallways in these apartment complexes, in the fucking hallways, while people were walking down down the planks. We would just take those pumpkins, and people, nobody said, "Oh, what are you doing with that?" We rang doorbells and started running and everything. One time I got chased. I got chased out to the parking lot from somebody all the way from the 4th floor. They did chase me, and I bullshitted him really good, and I was scared to death. I thought he was going to kill me. He was pissed. That was the one guy that I really fucked up with. I rang the wrong guy's doorbell. But yeah, dude, I really wish I fucking could go back. I mean, it was the greatest times. We took stuff and destroyed it, threw rocks and stuff, and we did some bad stuff. We broke some fucking windows. We did some things we shouldn't have, that we could have got to went to jail for. But that was life, though. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have pagers really yet. We did, but I didn't. It was probably in between 89 and 93, 94 era. Of course, 86, not 86, 88, not really before 88, because like in 86 I was like in kindergarten, 1st grade, so didn't really do much yet. Probably around 2nd and 3rd grade I started, going around doing crazy stuff. But that was our lives. We went out, and the lights would go on, and that was when it told you it was time to go home, and we didn't go home. We stayed in shape. We rode our bikes. We ran fucking miles, dude. When we would get chased by somebody, we didn't get tired. We fucking ran miles. If somebody came after us, you were not catching us. It didn't matter if you were black, white. It didn't matter if you were fucking Michael Johnson. You were not gonna catch us. We were so fast and so energetic back then. That's how life was. We worked out basically every day. We would go eat whatever the fuck we wanted. We went to the park. We played on the monkey bars. We rode our bikes. We ran. Running was fun. Running was something that wasn't boring. We ran everywhere. Because nobody had cell phones and pagers. Nobody had social media. We lived a life. We went outside. Exactly. Polaroid cameras. I mean, comic books. Toys. We played, not so much jacks, but we played, all kinds of stuff. We played, raced popsicle sticks and fucking drowned our Thundercats, in fucking water. I would have my friends come over and we'd take out we go into the big sink in the kitchen together, and he would stay on one side and I'd stay on the other, and I would take my fucking Thundercats and drown them down into the bottom of the water. We did things like that on Halloween night. We bobbed for apples. We had Halloween parties. We played horror movies all night, all the way through, because there wasn't no phone calls, there was no fucking email, there wasn't no social media. Nobody had time for that shit. That was our life, and we ate the junk food. Yes, we did. We partied, we drank, tons of soda and everything. But then we'd go out and play basketball at 10 o'clock at night. I go out there with the basketball, fucking Halloween night, waking people up, telling me to shut the fuck up and go to sleep. But you know something? It paid off. It paid off. I was able to eat anything and everything, and so everybody else was as well. Nobody was out of shape. Nobody was fat. Nobody was, there was fat people, but you know what I mean. And that's the downside of technology. It's really hurt us in a lot of ways. And I think exactly. Nobody had Twitch. Nobody had any of that shit. When we played video games and stuff, which we did on Halloween night too, what we would do is we would come home after we trick or treat for an hour or two, because we always wanted to come home for the Halloween specials. Even if we had to stay out all night, we would fucking come home to watch The Simpsons. We'd watch Charlie Brown, Great Pumpkin, and we'd go fucking back out. And Mom would be like, "Where are you going? It's 10 o'clock at night." I'd be like, "We're going back out. The shows are over. We're going out to trick or treat." "Oh, no. Bedtime, buddy. No. And we'd fucking run out that house, and Mom would try to tell us, "Get back in here. If you don't come home right now, I'm going to lock the fucking door and you're not coming in again." That's what it was. There was no phone. There was no cell phone. You were your own phone. You had to be alert. You had to take care of yourself. You had nothing. You had nothing. You had nothing. There was nothing. It was you and your wallet or your cash, and that's it. You didn't have anything. No phone, no pager. You were lucky you had quarters in your pocket. And you were lucky if the payphones worked. And if you had an emergency on Halloween night, you'd be fucked. Because nobody was around to watch anything. It was exactly. I never had to lock the door when I was a kid. Never. Even in New York, didn't have to lock it. I think, of course we locked them, but they really didn't have to be locked. We never had nobody come to the door to harass or try to break in the fucking house. And we had, actually, one night, I woke up in the middle of the night. It wasn't in October. And these two black dudes came to the fucking house in the middle of the night. And I don't want to hear why they gotta be black. That's what they were. I'm telling you the story. So anyways, they come to the fucking house in the middle of the night. There was people going around blowing up mailboxes. And this was probably one of them. I thought it was one of my brother's friends. These fuckers came in the middle of the night. They were putting something in my mailbox. I woke up in the middle of the night. Today, I would have been scared shitless. Back then, I guess I didn't give a fuck. I was young and crazy. I picked up my hockey stick. It looked like a rifle because my hockey stick had the black top. So it looked like a fucking, thing. So I walked over to the front door and I hit the front door with the fucking tip of the hockey stick. And this motherfucker guy jumped off the fucking top of my staircase into the car and fucking drove off. They never came back. Honestly, if I didn't go out there, I think they would have blew up the mailbox. I'm almost 100% positive. Because they were putting something in the mailbox. Yep. It was crazy. But see, today, if that was to happen, I would worry that they would come back and shoot me or kill somebody else. That's how you think today, because that's the world today. Back then, somebody did something wrong. It's like, oh, they run off. It's over with. You never see them again. Now you got to worry if they're going to come back. That's the world we live in. But, and I'm not trying to bash anybody that's young. It's not your fault, but, the world's really different, man. We had a lot more fun as kids because we didn't have as much, and we appreciated it more. We did, because we didn't know any better. Honestly, if you could go back to the way things were with us as kids, I think you'd appreciate it more. Going to those malls and shop and everything. And I didn't want to go off the topic of Halloween, but it's all goes together, right? I mean, it's all back in time. I mean, that's how it was. You went to the stores with your friends, you bought stuff, and you enjoyed your time. It really got me choked up in the throat tonight. So I wanted to talk about it. I don't normally get depressed or very upset very often, but I remember those days where it was nice and cold outside, and things were just really cool. The weather was good, and the food was good, and we were young and energetic and in great shape. And we played video games too. Don't get me wrong. We'd stay in the house for a few hours and play, but we'd still go out and play. We'd play a couple hours of video games, and then we'd go out for the next 5 or 10 hours, literally. We'd run like 6 miles a day, man. We didn't even know it. We would be walking, and then we'd be running. We'd be walking, because we'd light off fireworks and shit. I'll tell you a story. One time, I think it was Halloween. Yeah, it was. I took an M80 one night, and I fucking lit that shit with a cigarette, and it didn't go off for like 10 minutes, and I told my friend to go back, and he says, I know it's fucking lit, and I'm not going back there. And if he would have went back, or I would have went back, we would have got fucked up. He was right. That shit went off another 2 minutes later. He fucking jumped so high in midair, he fucking looked like fucking Bart Simpson and shit. He fucking jumped up. He was like, because the fucking thing exploded. It was at the school. And then the only thing that we had when we were younger is these asshole fucking neighbors that didn't like kids would call the cops. So the cops would come and be like, oh, we heard there was fireworks blowing off. And that was it. They'd leave and go home. There was no in-between where it was like, oh, we need to talk to you. You got to write a statement. There might be something dangerous going on, blah, 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 blah. We heard, no arrests were made, none of that bullshit. The cops came and they go away, Same thing with the toilet paper and the fucking rocks and everything else. Unless you really broke somebody's fucking window or damaged somebody's property or flattened tires like I did. Hey, I didn't pop their tires. I just put a fucking thing in the valve so it would fucking deflate them. It's not like I did any damage. But yeah, I'll tell you, things have changed. I mean, look at how quiet it is. There should be kids out laughing and playing and and go, and be doing stuff, and nobody is, man. It's so quiet outside. It's like so quiet. It's almost like everybody's dead. It wasn't like that 10 years ago. It really wasn't. It was getting there, and then 10 years before that, it was fucking booming. I mean, Halloween was huge. I don't even understand how Halloween stores stay open anymore. I don't get it, because there's nobody out there. There's nobody doing anything. We used to have the blocks filled, like fucking like a parade, dude. You couldn't go into a house to get candy without waiting for like 20 or 30 people unless you were there waiting in line. That's how it was back then. That was Halloween. And then we go home 8 or 9 o'clock to go see the specials, and then we go out. And after the show, and we go trick-or-treating again. Or we go out and do something else, create some mischief or something, run around, whatever we decided to do. And we didn't, me, personally, I didn't drink, smoke, or do drugs. We ate junk food. We'd go over to McDonald's, and my fucking friend would eat sugar packets, that sick fuck. He would take sugar packets and eat it. Eat the whole entire packs of sugar at fucking McDonald's. Just straight sugar. He used to drink straight vinegar, too, which I do now, too, but he wasn't doing it for the same reason I do it for. He was just sucking sick in the head. He would also eat cheeseburgers at McDonald's with no onions. Who the fuck eats cheeseburgers with no onions? I know. I'm going to hear it. I know. I do. No, I don't. Exactly. There's a lot of drugs and drinking. You know what else is going on, Matt? People are taking over-the-counter drugs and crushing them up and snorting them, man. Sudafeds and stuff like that. It's sad. It really is sad. And the food's getting worse. The food is just more toxic than ever. I mean, you're fucked, Might as well just check in the Wingstop 5 times a day and just eat your wings. But that's the other thing I wanted to bring up. Just a quick brief, about the whole thing with the Sarkeesian effect. The whole thing is bullshit with Anita. She's being supported. She's basically like Patrick and Kat. She's a fake, and now they're using my things that I've invented of me being the Howard Stern of gaming, trying to say she's the Howard Stern now of of this radical feminism and stuff, and then people just keep flip flopping on their stuff, and it's catching up with them, which is good. I don't really need to go too much into it. They're already dying. We're finally succeeding, even without the help of many of you. I'm getting them. I'm finally getting these two fucks. And as for Revelations, just so you know, we're still working on Revelations. Revelations will come out eventually. So if you're watching this and saying, oh, I thought he was going to release Revelations, well, it's coming. We're just not done with it yet. Oh, I'm sorry, not we're, because it's not mine. It's a UK movie to avoid any kind of legal ties and things like that. Yeah. So, in other news, things are finally going good for me, which as far as my acting's going, I got a good representative now. I just got my headshots all retouched and updated, and so yeah, oh, that's funny. Good, I'm glad you got me on tape, bitch. If that's you, of course. But what was I gonna say? This asshole threw me off. Ah, I can't remember now. Shit. Oh yeah. I think that what's going to happen next is so I got this good representative, and he's going to look into some good stuff for me, and I got my headshots all updated and retouched finally, and we're good to go. No, I know it's not him. He threw me off though for a second. Original. But yeah, whatever happened to Fangoria's Weekend of Horrors, right? Whatever happened to staying up in the middle of the night and watching Freddy's Nightmares? Even if you fucking hated it, it was something you wanted to watch because the night was cold and it was dark out. Nobody was around. There was no media, no nothing. You'd watch Tales from the Dark Side. It didn't matter if it sucked. You would just watch it because that's what was on TV. That's how television was, even during Halloween time. That's why I love Halloween so much. I would sit there in the middle of the night with the lights off, and I'm not making this shit up. I mean, everybody knows how I am. I love horror movies, and I would watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I would watch movies I didn't even like just because they were scary and gory, and there was nothing else to do. There was nothing else to do. So we watched that stuff, we get popcorn and junk food, and nobody looked at their food or had the lights on to make sure there was no rats or bugs in their food, because that shit didn't exist. That shit wasn't going on. There wasn't all this poisonings and all this bullshit. And I used to have a thing called Rudy's Restaurant. It was polio fucking cheese, and that's it. That was Rudy's Restaurant. Fucking cut up big slabs of fucking cheese, put it on the damn plate. There was no constipation because we were all in great shape. We were running our asses off for 6-7 miles a day. So when we ate cheese, it didn't bind us. And it don't bind me that much more now, thank God. Because I work my ass off in that fucking boxing bag. Gotta get ready in case Fat Boy wants to fight me. But, yeah. Yeah, good for you, man. Congrats. So, getting back to Halloween, we used to go to the stores too, and everything's so expensive now, and everything's just garbage. They have come out with actually a couple of new cool things, which is awesome. They have this new chainsaw out I want to get, but it's so expensive. It's like $40, and I'm hoping that things get better, but I just don't see them getting better as far as the world goes. I just think that we have to just make the best of what we have and hope for the best. But yeah, I miss those days though, man. I really wish there was we had this channel in the West Coast. Well, it's probably everywhere now. It's called Chiller, and I watch Chiller a lot when I can. Sometimes it's not available, and it has all kinds of good stuff on there. Freddy's Nightmares. You can really live back the 80s and past. There's a lot of good 80s channels. And, yeah, I'm trying to think. Scariest movie game ever played. Scariest movie. One of the scariest movies I ever watched was The Exorcist. I didn't go in my fucking basement or in my what was it? Oh, what the fuck was that thing called downstairs? Is that the parlor? Whatever that fucking thing is. Well, if you guys know what basements are, some of you don't because you're from the west. I'm from the east. I just live in the west. Basements, you have that fucking extra room where you keep all your shit. You know, your linens and it's downstairs in the basement, okay, and it's got a light. You know, there's an extra fucking door. Let me tell you something. After I saw The Exorcist, I could not go downstairs in the basement alone for months. And I saw that shit. No, it's not a bathroom. It's an extra room down in the basement. It's got a light in there, and you shut the door, and there's shit in the closet, you know, like fucking boxes of pictures and the Santa Claus for the yard and all that stuff, you know. Well, that's pretty cool. I'm surprised because I've never seen one in the West Coast anywhere. Yes, cellar. We had a cellar, but there's an extra room down in the cellar. You got the sink, which we used to piss in, because you know if we were outside playing all day, we wouldn't want to go upstairs to the bathroom, so we piss in the sink. We had like pictures in the room. We had the Santa Claus, the lights, you know. Yeah, dude, it was fucking scary. So after I saw The Exorcist, no more basement for me. None. I wouldn't go down alone. My girlfriend had to go down with me all the time. I could not go down there alone. And all the lights had to go on. And if we had a blackout and I was down in the basement, oh my god, I would fucking scream my head off. I used to think actually something was following me going up the stairs case in the basement. That's how fucking scary it was. And then fucking, you know, we had this big sink down in the fucking down in the basement. Big fucking sink. The sink the size of a house, man, I'm telling you. And we'd piss in the sink. We wouldn't shit in the sink, but we'd piss in the sink. Because we didn't want to go up to the bathroom. We were too lazy. So, yeah, you know. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, Exorcist was really bad. All those paranormal activities really freaked me out, too, even the modernized ones. The first time I saw Nightmare on Elm Street, I had a lot of nightmares, too. The first time I saw it. Anything Tales from the Dark Side's pretty fucking gory, too, believe it or not. Though even the ones that were on television. But, blackouts were scary. Blackouts were really fucking scary. Luckily, we all stuck together when we had blackouts. But, they're scary. Especially when you don't know when shit's gonna go back on. Back then, we didn't have... My Game Boy didn't have lights yet. As a matter of fact, I remember when there was no Game Boy, and I said, wouldn't it be cool to have a little portable Nintendo we could play in the dark? And look at what happened. Look at how far we've come. Yeah, I know who that is. Not a big fan of hers, but I remember who she was. Her hair was too puffy for me. If she would have had straight hair, she would have been prettier. I don't like puffy hair. We could play some games. Not really up to it, but I do have the ColecoVision flashback and the Intellivision flashback. Does anybody want to see any demonstration of the Coleco or the Intellivision? If not, it's cool. You know, I just thought I'd offer it out there. I was wondering if anybody wanted to see. I know that Matthew would be interested in seeing those two, because it's really old. I met the real Frankenhooker in LA recently. Yep. I sure did. Alright. Let's take a 5-minute recess. Gonna keep you guys online. I'm gonna move my candles here and put the light on for a minute so I can see what the fuck I'm doing here. And I guess we'll start off with the Intellivision. Might as well. Pretty authentic looking, I have to say. Very impressed. Not that I need these, but the overlays for the controllers, pretty cool. Mattel Electronics presents B-17 Bomber. They can't even do it as good as me. So goddamn quiet. Let's try that again. Oh, you son of a bitch. I'm stuck. Fuck. No, no, no! Oh, you son. You son of a bitch. Oh yeah, sure. He can go through every fucking thing, but I can't. Go, no, go, go, go! Ah! Oh, you cheapskate motherfucker. No! 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 No, no, no! No, no! I skipped him. Ha ha! Got that son of a bitch. Got you fucking... You whore. Come on. Ah! 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 Woohoo! Now, good luck catching that cat or mouse or whatever the fuck it is. Oh! Ugh. Oh no! Oh no! Go, 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 go! Oh shit. No! Fucker! Oh shit. How about you be faster than me, man? Cheapskate bastard. Oh yeah, sure. Dude, seriously? Get the fuck out of here. I'm not gonna die again. Fuck you. About fucking time. Both of you. Gone. Oh my god. No! Go! 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 Fuck! Fuck you. shit. This is not 2014. How the fuck do you respawn in the same spot where I killed him? Fuck out of here. Yeah. You son of a bitch. No! I was still fucking blinking. Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck you. Man. Hell no. This is not going to be a 3 and out. I can tell you right now. No fucking way. And stop moving and get back over here where you belong. He's too fast! Tired of it. Faster than me. That fat fuck faster than me. I'm a super knight. No, no, no! Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Come on! Are you kidding me? Seriously? Wears off too fast. Yeah. Fuck you. Give me that. That's my chalice, bitch. Get the fuck away from it. Oh my god. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Ooh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, no. No. Man. 3,100. Fuck you. Yeah. Let's try a different game. About Tower of Doom. Let me see if there's any other hard games, because we're only playing hard games tonight. Checkies. Deep pockets. Crown. Let's see what Crown of Kings is, man. What's that shit? Hey, hey, hey. I said Crowns of Kings. I didn't say go back the other fucking way. Yeah, no, I'll pass. What the fuck is that? Is that Jason Voorhees' house in the fucking volcano mountain, Rocky Mountain High? What the fuck is that shit? Ah. Stuck. I always like that stuck. Get really fatigued really easy with these fucking controllers, though. You son of a fucking bitch. Oh, you fuck. Ugh. This one's probably the best. One of the best. Now there's a way where you don't have to be as big as the shark. And you can really do some serious damage. Remember, always eat the fish. They're smaller than you. If you're going to do the shark, nibble at its tail. I like this game. I always did. They should have made a sequel. Oops. Gotta be careful. Get a lot of points, though, by eating the sharky. See, eventually the shark gets so fucking hard though, and he starts turning around and shit. You gotta be careful. Eventually he don't go away. See, now he don't like to go away no more. Unfortunately, you don't get big enough to eat every single thing in the sea. How do you know what's, you know? So basically, instead of getting bigger after you get as big as you can get, you just, see, I just died from the shark. And then I get fucking as small as possible. And it gets harder and harder. He eventually just keeps coming. So you want to be as big as possible, though, because now, you see me having to nibble on him as small as I am is terrible. And he'll just keep fucking... Oh, shit. I never played slapshot hockey. I liked NHL hockey, was so much better. Let's check out slapshot hockey, though. Oh, you know, it's the same thing as NHL hockey. Huh. Interesting. No. Oh, yeah, sure. I go to the penalty box. Fuck you. No. No. Bullshit. He can keep fucking hitting me, and he doesn't get called a penalty, and now it's 2-0. He was in the penalty. I was in the penalty box. Fucking bullshit. What do you think this is? The Los Angeles Kings versus my Rangers? Fuck you. Fucking kick you too. Oh, you know what? Nah. No. Not fucking time. Oh! This No! Oh. No. Score! No! No! You fucking cheapskate motherfucker! You fucking whore! What is that? Where are the penalty calls on that, huh? Score! Ah, oh, almost. That would have been beautiful. We can win this game. We deserve to win this game. Oh, yeah, sure. On the way to the goal, he hits me. Uh-huh. That's not fucking offensive interference, you fuck. I never should have given this team home advantage. Fuck you. Score! Score! What? Score! No. Oh. Stop! Oh shit. Stop! Stop! Power play. Damn it. Oh shit. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh. Oh shit. Yeah, okay. Oh shit. Here we go. 12-8, going into the third. Game's not over. Yeah, okay. Down by 5 fucking goals. Six goals. What? What? Yeah, okay. Don't fucking score now. It's over. If they score again, it's over. There's some life left, but not much. The odds of me winning this game are very slim, but you can't count me out. Not yet. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, okay. It's over. There's no way I can come back. Not good enough yet to come back, I don't think. Looking so good at one point too. It fucking looked like I figured it out and had a sweet spot going. Yeah, sure, and I get a penalty box. 17 to fucking 8, and I get a penalty box. Fuck you. Oh my god. Six fucking unanswered goals by this fucking team. I was never good at this game. I really never was. Never was. My friend kicked the shit out of me in this game all the time when we used to have best of 7 series. This is the first time I'm facing the computer because I never had this version of it. NHL hockey's 2-player. This is 1-player. This well, obviously you could do 2-player, but this is embarrassing. They've scored fucking what, 6, 7 unanswered goals. To think it was 12 to fucking 8 going into the third period, I had a chance to fucking come back and win this game, and I blew it. I blew it. Fucking blew it. Can't even score now. Oh, okay. A little bit too late. So does anybody want to see some Coleco? I just got my ass kicked by 10 fucking goals on this game. This is just crazy. What happened?